kind of move over this way a little bit. Hopefully I can find it. Come over here. Yep, more mines. Hi everybody. We're out here in 𝐡𝐞𝐥𝐩, if you can't tell. We're checking up on the roads and the mines for Chris, just to make sure that it didn't get all washed away in this last round of floods. So I'm here with John, and John is a friend of mine, and he is going to be doing videos for us. He's going to be behind the camera to free me up a little bit to have more fun.
Looking forward to doing this right here. It's going to make things a little bit easier for you.
It
and
will.
I hope I can get some of the good shots that you guys want to see, that she wants to show you.
Yeah, so anyway, let's give a hand to John, and tell you what, let's get underground and see, make sure everything's okay. Because what I want to see is how good this thing does underground. If you want to come up here and visit, you need to get a hold of Chris, set up a day and time, and then head out here. He's really excited about people wanting to come out, but he's also really determined to keep it safe and keep the people that are out here stealing or vandalizing, keep those people out. He wants to return it to as close of a natural state as we can do by removing as much graffiti and stuff like that as he can find. So, gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. And there's gonna be some trips up here where they are going to do maintenance around the mine, fix some of the roads, and do work underground. So there's a lot of exciting times coming. So it's 100 and some degrees outside, and you come in here, it's like walking into a refrigerator. It is so nice. Let's go see what we can find. This one's pretty interesting. We're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna wander around in here a little bit, see what we can find. Let's go. Usually, when you see a post like this, it just tells you there's nothing much further. But I'm going to go down and see for myself. Stagnant back in here. Dead end. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is this fun or what? So when the rock gets bad, we end up with stuff like this, where they put up the posts and then put up timbers to keep the roof from coming in. And these are a good, holy cow, that's thick. That's a good 3-inch timber right there. So that is thick stuff, and it's bending. So you can actually imagine the load on a 3-inch thick piece of timber. holding back all that rock. Ooh, kind of makes you wonder. And if you look over here, once again, this post right here from this side has been all chewed up, and a lot of that is from blasting. So what would end up happening is they would blast and the rocks would just shoot into this. It goes a long way down. Let's see, where's my flashlight? So if you look down here, you can just see that this stope goes down and down and down. Now what that tells me is that there is always going to be some sort of a incline or something like that, because all the ore was being moved down. They were using gravity. So at some point down in there has to be a way that they pulled it all back out, because they didn't just shovel it uphill. Everything goes down and then up it comes down an incline. Some more things up in there. Don't quite have time today to explore them all, but you can feel the air coming down. So chances are it's going to be that there's a connection up above us. Oh, I'm going in here. Oh, there's an ore pass right there. Goes almost straight down. And then this is just where they stoped everything. But if you look straight down there, you can see. I'll get out of your way. You have it? Oh, there you can see the ore. Thank you. And that right there is what they would have been chasing. And if I remember right, it was silver, lead. What else? Might have been zinc. I don't really remember, but that's what they were chasing, is that ore vein right there. So that's cool. I like seeing that. Because truthfully, most of the time we just see what's hollowed out. We don't often get to see what it was that they were chasing. And you can see where it pinches out. Right here, pinches out to nothing. But it must have opened up back in there ways. All of this would funnel the ore down into a chute. This is whichever chute they wanted it to come out of, you would have these little angle boards that would get it down into the chute. And this is steep up in here. Blocked off. Now if we look down here, you can see that the strike that they made, or this would be basically the dip, very steep up above us, and then it just keeps going down at that same angle. You can see they stoped down in here, and the ore would have been sent down this, right, as they chewed out the ore body and just keep sending it down and down and down until they got to the incline, and then they'd pull it back up. But this is one reason you got to be careful when you're in a mine, because some of these, if you slipped and started down that, you simply would not be able to stop yourself before you got to the bottom, and probably 100, 150 feet down in here that you'd never be able to stop. So that's why we're careful. So are you guys enjoying this? Huh? Like and subscribe, you know the drill. Ooh, what's up here? But this is where they would have pulled, at least from this level, this is where they would have pulled all the ore up into the surface. Pretty cool. And then of course it goes down below us a little bit as well. And I think below us would have been some ore bins where they would have gone ahead and loaded ore from this level into the bin. Then they would have slid the skip all the way down under these bins, fill them up, and then up they go. And that reduces the amount of work, manpower, because they don't want to have to shovel this dirt more than they have to. So they don't mind pouring it out, dumping it out, but they don't want to have to actually shovel it from one vehicle to another.
All right, so just some reception change right here.
This is cool. Part of it's talking about women's dresses. This is like an English horse with a rider in his suit of armor. And this goes up to 1919, so that's probably the latest. It's probably the latest that you would see in here. So that's pretty darn old. Did you see the incline? That goes way down. I mean, way down. All the ore would come up this big incline, and it would come up, and they had an auto dump up there. So it would come up here, dump over, go into a big ore bin. Then that ore would come right down here, down this chute, into another car. They would push it over into that big incline that we just talked about, dump it in there, and then they would have hauled it all the way to the surface. So nobody would actually have to get out here with a shovel or anything. Once the skip was loaded, it would come up, it would dump. It's got height, so it's got gravity. Then it would come back down here, fill another ore car, go down to the main incline, dump into that ore hopper. They would then load up the skip and then take it right to the surface. So it took quite a round trip before it made it all the way out to the surface, but with minimal interaction by somebody actually having to do the work. Pretty cool. So some ore would have come out of here, right there, and then it would have crossed this trestle. Of course, the trestle was still standing. And then it would go to that ore bin across the valley. Really neat stuff. Too bad it's all been collapsed. Nothing can be done about it now, but it would have been cool. And at the bottom of the incline that we were just at, if you can see way down there at the bottom of the ravine, that's where that incline actually would have popped out. There would have been a vertical shaft at the bottom of that ravine, and that would have been the bottom of the incline. Of course, probably would have flooded the bottom of the incline every time they got a big rain out here, but that's what it would have been. Ooh, out into the heat. Wow, that was so much fun. We had a great time. Got to go all the way through the mountain, come out on the other side. We got to see the trestle that went across. Unfortunately, it's collapsed, but we got to see it. And what a great day. Sun's starting to go down, so I think we're gonna head home. Thanks again to John for doing our filming for us. Really appreciate that. That's gonna change all the videos. Anyway, till next time, see you guys later.